Dr. Tucker, you're a medical doctor receiving your MD from the University of North Carolina in 1986. Medical doctor. Are you a medical doctor?
Nope.
Nope. You are the head of the Division of Perceptual Studies at the University of Virginia, as well as an associate professor of psychiatry and neurobehavioral sciences.
Yes.
Right? Are you an associate professor of neurobehavioral? Do you even know what that word means?
No, we'll figure it out.
Its alumni include Supreme Court justices. Is it alumni or alumnus?
Alumni.
Alumni, thank you. Doctor. Why is this so often tossed aside by mainstream science when it's backed by so much rigorous research by intelligent people such as yourself?
With mainstream science, there's this fundamental paradigm of materialism, the belief that the material world, the physical world, is all that there is. Mm-hmm. So when you're challenging a premise like that, people have a tendency to dismiss that without really considering it, because if you accept it, then it means it challenges everything that you think you know. Mm-hmm. The scientific community as a whole has simply ignored it.
Most scientists just aren't looking at it.
Most of them have never heard of this work.
Never even heard of it, let alone actually dive into the data.
Yeah, exactly.
The Division of Perceptual Studies has existed at the University of Virginia since 1967. Most people are not aware that an institution such as the University of Virginia, with all of that weight behind it, academically and scholastically, most people just don't know that for 50 years they've been taking a hard look at actual evidence suggesting that something quote-unquote paranormal is going on.
Well, that's right. So we're celebrating our 50th anniversary this year of the division. There may be a part of us that can survive after the body dies.
So the Journal of the American Medical Association is saying that reincarnation is the most likely explanation for the memories some children have, correct?
Wow.
Yes.
The
That's
Journal of
amazing.
the Medical... do you think most people know that?
I didn't.
The Journal of the American Medical Association.
Now I know.
Sir, I'm not mad at you. That's shocking.
Stop yelling.
It's one of the most respected scientific journals. So Dr. Stevenson was a pretty smart guy, it sounds like. He was in his 30s, you said, when he...
When he came here to be chairman, yeah.
Chairman, in his 30s. Have you been the chairman of anything? Of anything?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. He's clearly having a successful career. Smart guy. He came across this stuff, and it impressed him enough that it ended up taking up all of his time.
Yeah. Yeah, he spent the bulk of the last 40 years of his career focused on this phenomenon.
I don't know what else you need to know.
There's something to it.
Something to it, for sure.
But what drew me to this work was the approach that they were taking to the question, that it was a scientific approach where it's not based on faith or wishful thinking or anything else, but just trying to explore the question, explore phenomena that address the question, and see what the results are.
How many cases have you studied?
Well, we've studied about 2,500 cases.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
2,500 cases. That's a lot of cases.
That is a lot of cases, and we are hearing about new cases all the time. Ian Stevenson focused on cases where he could find them, which was typically Asia or places with a belief in reincarnation. Recently, I have focused more on American cases, and I mean, they're harder to find here, but with the internet, the families find us. So we get emails from parents now. It's not unusual at all to get several a week.
Really?
Where the kids are talking about a past life.
Now, obviously, you have emails, you have dates. In this case, either you are committing a fraud or this really happened. That's the bottom line.
That's amazing.
Can you, get Chris here for a second. I want you to explain that to me. Explain it. This, either you have to think that this man is lying to us.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Or
Unmasked.
I really feel like any discerning mind, any open but discerning mind who looked at the facts of that one case alone would have to say,
There's something here.
there's something here. Something's going on.
And James said, that's where my plane was shot down. And his dad said, what? And he said, my airplane got shot down there, Daddy.
It changes everything, does it not? I mean, if this is accepted as something that's actually happening, doesn't that upend Western philosophy and religion and science?
Comes pretty close. I mean, I think we can now say we have good evidence that some young children have memories from a past life.
Is your, at the moment, the Occam's razor answer that these kids are having memories of a life that they've lived at some other time?
The best explanation for the strongest cases is that yes, some children do have memories of a past life.
Okay. There you go. You heard it here.